Hello, I'm Stephen Cooley, and welcome to Stephen Cooley Real Estate Show. I'm very excited to have back on the show one of the top agents here at the Stephen Cooley Real Estate Group, and that's Mitch Bell. Welcome back to the show, Mitch.
Thank you.
As most of you know, Mitch is one of the top agents here on our team and also specializes in North Carolina, South Carolina, lives in York County, but does a lot of work in uptown Charlotte with the condos and those skyscrapers.
Yes.
So bringing that great knowledge to the table also. Mitch, you work with buyers and sellers, but I want to talk about buyers today because you've come up with about 6 mistakes that buyers should prevent making when they make a home purchase. And a lot of these buyers, over 50% of buyers in today's market are first-time home buyers, and they are more apt to make these mistakes than someone who's bought multiple homes throughout their lives. And so we just wanted to bring Mitch on the show today to hit these. So if you're thinking about buying a home, or if you've got a loved one buying a home, you probably want to get out a pen and paper and write these down because these are really good. So let's hit them. What's the first one, Mitch?
So the first one, and arguably the most important one, is that everyone needs to get pre-qualified, especially in this market. If you don't know what you can afford, you simply just don't know what to look for. That's right. And that could just have you wasting time running around, dragging the realtor around with you. That's right. And you really won't get anywhere if you don't know what you're looking for.
Yeah, and you know, banks loan up to 100% financing. FHA's 96.5%. So you really got an investor putting up almost the entire amount in the home purchase, a mortgage company, and you really need to know what they're going to loan you. And in this very competitive market where sellers are getting multiple offers, you need that pre-qualification letter to connect to the buyer's offer too. Yeah. So something really good to do. The great news is Mitch has wonderful people on standby that we've negotiated closing costs and rates with that will give you the absolute best rates in town and also stick behind what they say. And so you're a great resource for people looking to get pre-qualified.
Yeah, exactly. And to kind of piggyback off that, like you said, closing costs and having those estimates, a lot of people, you know, new-time home buyers won't really put into the purchase price. They'll kind of skim by it or won't really know about it until they're sitting at the closing table and reading that closing disclosure, and we don't want that to be a surprise to them.
Correct.
So that's something that they need to be aware of that too. Another one is not bringing all the decision makers from day one. You know, they need to see every house that you're looking at, so they're not just seeing the last one and say, is this really the best one? When they didn't see the 4 previous ones.
And I see that with couples, I see that with parents helping their children buy the first home, grandparents, and you work with the buyer and narrow it down all the way to one home. And then the decision makers go and see that one house and they didn't see what led you up to it.
Exactly.
And they really need to see all the homes if they're going to have an opinion on the last house. And that's a great one and a very important one because it happens quite often.
Yeah.
And in this hot market, that home may not wait for them to go back and look at all the others
Exactly.
too. So
exactly.
Great suggestion. What's number 4?
Number 4 is going to be using the internet, but not relying on it. Like 96% of buyers are looking online. People
As they should be.
Exactly. Looking at the photos online, but there's really only one, I guess you call it website or database that's really going to give you 100% accuracy when looking at the market. And that's the multiple listing service, the MLS as we call it, which only realtors have access to. You have to have a license to.
Absolutely, and so when you work with a top agent like Mitch, he gets you access to that because he can put you on drips for what you're looking for that come out of that MLS system. The best website ever, though, is StephenCooley.com.
It is. And number 5 would be buying an old home when you should have bought a new home.
I did that one time.
Which seems pretty, you know, common sense, but you know, the old home could have been in a better neighborhood or where you know, more desirable where you wanted it. But you should have bought a new home because maybe you're not, you know, as handy. You don't want to be doing these repairs that will come with an older home when you wanted to move in and not touch anything for 3 to 4 5
I think
years.
one of the worst mistakes ever is be a new home buyer and buy an old home. Because then the little problems every day that a bigger, older home can have are a nuisance.
Yeah.
And again, I think the key is, are you a handy person or not?
Exactly.
Because I was having a plumber, an electrician, and a roofer, someone at my house, it seemed like every day, and I only lived there about 11 months because I'm a newer home buyer. But we do have older home buyers, so if you have an older home, we've got buyers for you, but you just want to make sure that they're an older home buyer.
Exactly.
Great advice.
And number 7 would be making sure, A, that you know that you have an HOA if you're purchasing in a neighborhood or a development, and B, reading through that HOA, those documents, which can be up to 30, 40 pages long.
Absolutely.
And some people kind of skim past them, but you want to know exactly what's allowed, what's restricted in your neighborhood. If you got a big RV, a boat, some neighborhoods won't allow you to park those in the driveway or in the yard. Like you said, there's some cars that can't have prints on them, logos, designs, stuff like that. Even some animals now are restricted from neighborhoods.
Some neighborhoods don't allow you to ever rent your home.
Exactly.
Which maybe you're not thinking about it being a rental, but if the market slowed down and it become harder to sell, you can't rent the house. And so there's a couple of neighborhoods that became a problem when the market softened 8 or 9 years ago. So you definitely it's a time to sit down and read those pages once you find the home you really like. And especially if you share with Mitch something very unique about your lifestyle, about the vehicles you drive, or if you've got 10 dogs that may be on the restricted list. So you definitely want to ask Mitch to get you a copy of those, and we have access to all those.
Of course.
So great information there for buyers to keep in mind when they're buying a home. We've got this list if you didn't write it down, and we've got some more too, but we wanted to hit the top 6 today. So Mitch, tell folks how to reach you if they're thinking about buying or selling real estate anywhere in the North and South Carolina area.
Yeah, definitely reach out to me. I love working with buyers, whether it's your first home purchase or it's an investment property or your forever home, as a lot of people call it. You can reach me at 704-930-9801 or shoot me an email at vail@stephencooley.com.
Mitch, thanks for being on today's show. Wonderful
Thank you so
expert
much.
advice from Mitch Vail with the Stephen Cooley Real Estate Group. Please stay tuned and we'll be right back. I hope you've enjoyed watching the Stephen Cooley Real Estate Show. If you're interested in advertising your business on the program, please give us a call at 803-326-2777. Join us next week for more discussions on real estate topics and help in finding your perfect home. Thanks for watching.